Welcome to the Alchemy Experience podcast, where transformation isn't just talked about, it's lived. I'm Erin, and around here, we're turning breakdowns into breakthroughs, pain into power, and survival into serious thriving. Whether I'm flying solo or vibing with a badass guest, we dive into all the things on health, creating beautiful relationships, and building wealth. We're keeping it real, raw, and ridiculously empowering. It gets a little juicy, a little bit wild, and super inspiring. This isn't just another podcast, it's your permission slip to evolve loud, proud, and on purpose. Let's go light the world on fire. Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Alchemy Experience podcast. I have a new friend here, Andrea, here today to share her story and a little bit about her. I'm really excited to dive in. So, basically, what I want to share, and then I'll pitch it to you, Andrea, to kind of dive a little bit deeper into what you do and share with the peeps over here in my world. But you are a business owner and a mom and so many more things, but you homeschool your kids and you are a a mompreneur basically and a best-selling author with books really sharing about how to shift your mindset into helping yourself and those that you love and those in your world to really reach their highest potential in life. And you're doing that in so many ways with your kiddos and in mentoring and coaching and supporting other women in this world. And I'm just so excited to hear from you and see the amazing work you're doing and have you be able to share that with the people in my world. So why don't you share a little bit more about you in more detail? Because I'm not even touching the surface on doing it justice. So share
Yeah.
with us.
Thank you, Erin. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to share my story and reach more people. So thank you. And yeah, I'm just that. I'm a homebirthing, unschooling mompreneur of four from Pennsylvania who made a decision. We all hear about the power in making a decision. And, it's one decision after another, consistency, aligned action, right? Following what a calling, a purpose, something that you feel within you. And that's my story. That's what I've been doing. And it all started really when I became an entrepreneur in 2017. And I really got into personal development and mindset. And then I was like, that's kind of the missing piece. I want to really be able to have tools to help people to shift their mindset in real, tangible ways. And so in January 2020, I made the decision to become a coach and off I went. And it's been a little over 6 years now. I have 10 certifications within the transformational coaching spiritual world. And I'm also continuing my education at MIU for my bachelor's in consciousness and human potential, because like you said, that's what I'm all about shifting consciousness and helping people reach more of their innate divine human potential that I believe we all have within us. We're all powerful creators and we get to choose what we create. But in this world, we're kind of taught that, this is the way the world works. Just conform to this, don't question, stay in line. And we kind of succumb to that. And I think that there's a massive shift taking place right now. We're kind of waking up and questioning the old systems. And it's a beautiful thing to see unfold in real time. And I'm so grateful to be part of it. So it's my personal mission to transform the world one person at a time. And I started with myself because that's where it all begins. Change begins within. We create from the inside out. Most people are outward focused, material focused, seeking and searching for something outside of themselves to save them, to change things for them, not realizing the power lies within ourselves. So I'm a
Amazing.
super conscious creator and transformation accelerator. I help you awaken to your divine soul truth, find your purpose, and take your power back.
Amazing. I love that. Similar work that we do when we first hopped on a call together just to get to know each other. We really aligned right away in sort of how we see the world and really diving, deeper. It gives us that higher sense of self. It's like the deeper we go, the higher we get to our best self. And like it's just cool alignment how we've shared that vision. And so Tell us a little bit more about how you got into writing. So, not only did you do this transformational work internally and how that's changed your life and your family and your legacy, but you wanted to share that through your writing. So, I know you've got some of your books behind you here. And so, tell my peeps, what these books are and kind of how that transformation came out of you to be able to share that part of you with the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you begin doing the inner work and you start to become a vibrational, energetic match for what you're actually calling in, your vision, you start to see opportunities and things surface. And that's what I said, one decision after another, you're called to, okay, you have to take the aligned action. This creative source intelligence works through us. We have to take the action. And so I was actually in the middle of it was like a 21-day law of attraction challenge or something that was 40 days, I believe, that I was hosting. And out of nowhere, this is what will happen, synchronicities, divine alignment, opportunities. This young woman reached out to me and she's like, hey, we're having this collaborative book. It's called Dream Big, Do Bigger, Build the Bridge Between Your Dreams and Reality. Would love for you to be a part of it. And I'm like, of course, I have to be a part of it. When I created my private Facebook group 6, 7 years ago, it's called Making Dreams Reality. So a book called Build a Bridge Between Your Dreams and Reality, of course. And so that was the first book, a collaborative book, 23 women authors. My chapter is called Holy Shift, I Am the Bridge. I am, with emphasis on that, because what we place after I am, I believe we become. There's so much power in that. And the words that we speak after that, I am powerful, I'm strong and courageous, or I am not worthy, I'm not enough, I'm not capable. A lot of times we have these limiting beliefs that hold us back, right? And so that was the first opportunity. And then the opportunity presented itself to be in another collaborative book, which actually didn't work out, and it was a mommy magic book. It was going to be 130 women authors, each a chapter about motherhood. And it didn't work out. So I took that chapter and made it the first chapter in my solo book, which is called Dumbed Down, Drugged Up, and Disempowered:
Mhm.
Awakening and Making the Shift into the Quantum New 5D Earth Paradigm. And that book is a transformational guide to liberate humanity. So it is basically my story about motherhood and unschooling and home birthing and breaking free from the systems, deciding to become a coach. It breaks down the systems of control, how it's a spiritual battle and manipulation of human consciousness, a war on the human mind to control and manipulate us to their ways, which are basically fear, lack, scarcity, poverty, sickness, separation, division, right? And so I go into quantum physics in that book, basics, basic for everybody to understand how everything's actually energy. And like I said, when we shift our energy, our vibrational frequency, we align with our vision, life and success becomes easier, becomes more fun, more peaceful, more enjoyable. Things just start to flow to us more naturally, where there's no more forcing and chasing. So there's that one. And then I wanted to get more into being a mompreneur. Like you said, I'm a mompreneur of 4, 2 online wellness businesses, my coaching business, I do affiliate marketing. I always believed in having multiple sources of income. So that's what that book's all about. Mommy Magic. It's a transformational guide for spiritual mompreneurs on how to master your mindset and manifestation to increase income and impact. So I get into magic and miracles and alchemy, of course, in the book, but it's all M's mostly. I broke it down: motherhood. I even have a chapter about like manipulation. A lot of women deal with that at some point in their life. Mirrors, how we're mirroring everything and breaking, generational trauma. I get into mastery, momentum, magnetic marketing. I cover it all in this book, and it includes journal prompts and actionable steps that you can take in real time to create results in your life. So those were the 3 books, and even talking about it out loud is holy shift. Like what? You know, we can do incredible things. And when we make the decision and just take the action and don't allow ourselves to get in our own way.
Mhm. Amazing. And as a writer myself and in two separate anthologies as well, I know the work that it takes to pour even into one chapter, right? Let alone an entire book. So it is amazing. And to really speak that out loud and acknowledge that you have three bodies of art that you have been a part of and created for people in this world to tap into. That is incredible. So you should be incredibly proud of that. And I think knowing that some of the people in my world are going to be intrigued and say, I want to learn more, where can they find those books?
Yeah, so you can get free PDF copies at quantummembershift.space. It's quantum member shift, SHIFT, because we're shifting consciousness, we're shifting our perspective, we're shifting our reality. Quantummembershift.space. If you go on there, you'll see you can get Dumbed Down, Drugged Up, and Disempowered. It'll be on there. If you want Mommy Magic, you type in the same thing. I guess I can give you the links. Maybe you can post them with
Yep.
this, but it'll be quantummembership.space/mommy magic free PDF as well.
Amazing. Amazing. So you can get the PDFs for free. And
Yeah,
so I
I'll get them on
would
Amazon. Hmm.
Amazing. I was going to ask if they wanted a hard copy on Amazon. So they will, all the links will be in the show notes for those that are listening and watching and wanting to tap in. So that is great that they can access those. What a beautiful thing that you've created for them to have access to the PDFs. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more. I'm intrigued in how you run both sides of the house, right? So part of my um, mantra. One of my soul sayings that I tap into is CEO Mama, right? That is like a tagline of mine, and I've had a whole program on it because I think for so many women, we are CEOs of our business and our home. And so, tell us a little bit more about how you run all that. Like, how do you manage these businesses and your kiddos and homeschooling and all the things? So I know it's not all rainbows and butterflies and ease, but you make it look that way. So tell us how you do all that.
Well, I truly believe in the 80-20 principle that 20% of our efforts should equal 80% of our results.
Mhm.
So it's not that I'm not taking massive action. I am taking massive action. It's just not overwhelming massive action. It's powerful, intentional, aligned action, like, your income producing activities where I'm not just throwing spaghetti at the wall, so to speak. You know what I mean? You have to, know what you're doing. Of course, when you're an unschooling mompreneur, you have tons of flexibility with your day, but some sort of a daily like routine and structure that you're going by. So for me, what's really important as well is taking the time for myself. So you'd be surprised, like how do you fit it all in? I actually have a lot of time during the days. I think it's all about what we're focusing on, and not allowing distractions and things like that, because that's when we really get stuck. We find ourselves stuck. I always say those who are afraid of doing too much often do too little. If you have this big, massive vision, it can seem very overwhelming. And I want to do this and I want to homeschool my kids and I want to make money, and it can seem like so much. But when you break it down and just stay consistent and just like they say, as cliche as it may sound, but enjoy the journey, right? And trust the process and know that you're growing every single day, and that consistency is truly key. So just making sure that you schedule your priorities. You know, they always say prioritize your schedule, but I say schedule your priorities. And I focus on faith, family, and then business, right? So, well, faith being like self-care, me. It's not selfish to put yourself first, right? You have to fill your own cup. If I don't fill my cup, I can't fill their cup. I can't fill anybody's cup, right? So taking care of myself, my children, okay, what do we need to do for the day? What are our goals for today? Every week, every day, I'm like, okay, what are my main priorities for the day? My biggest things, the actions that I can take to create the most momentum. What's the most important, valuable thing? And then business. and over time, then these things just become habits. So you're just doing them naturally. It doesn't really take a whole lot of conscious effort. And then your days are just flowing, you know?
I love that. Yeah, I love the how did you say it? You said I always like the phrase like plan your work and work your plan, but you said schedule your priorities. Don't
Yeah,
prioritize your schedule, right? Like I love
right, right, right.
the shift in that. It's such a great reminder. And I think some of it too, you mentioned network marketing and you mentioned the keeping your home, your mind, your business free of the toxicity, right? So tell us more about that portion of your business and what that looks like.
Yeah. So when, like I said, I became an entrepreneur in 2017. It was actually with an online wellness company where I started shopping to buy essential oils. Actually, she had asked me about a friend online, and I was already using a different brand, and I decided to swap over and give them a try. And then I started using all their other products, and I started, like I said, getting involved in the company, got into mindset. And so that was really the ditching the toxins from my home part and then getting into the mindset. I'm ditching toxins from my mind. And now I help guide others in that same process to ditch the toxins from their home, get set up. And it's something that I do as well that's, I'd say, pretty different from the coaching industry. You get in these programs and you're told, and there's nothing wrong with charging. Our time and our attention is so valuable. But
Oh, okay, I think we lost it, but we're back on. So go ahead and keep sharing.
Yeah, so, I'm different in the sense that, it's really always been my intention to help more people affordably. And yes, while, these coaching modalities and techniques and that people have, they're so valuable and they're so worth it. I also offer people to jump into weekly coaching and accountability completely free when they decide to like jump into the online wellness company and ditch their toxic products. They get the coaching absolutely free. And doing it like this allows me to help more people affordably and still be compensated for my time, energy, and attention. And so I think that it's a really beautiful business model that I'm setting up here in a space that I'm creating. And a lot of people that jump into that space are coaches and healers and are offering their expertise as well. So it's really growing into something quite wonderful, one movement. I call it the evolution revolution because the word love, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but it's in evolution and revolution. In the beginning, it's backwards. So it's the evolution revolution. We're waking up to love our true nature and who and what we truly are. And that's what happens when you ditch these toxins from your home, mind, body, and spirit, and you peel away those quote unquote layers of the onion, as everybody calls them, right? To everything that we're actually not, that we've been told that we are, that through the trauma, through the generational things passed down. As we peel that away, we get to the core of who and what we truly are, and we unlock more of our potential.
I love this. I love this so much. And I love the model that you have where if people are looking to really make that shift, as you talk about, right? And coming in to cleanse all of that, then they get access to that higher level. And if they want more as they dive in, there's a whole nother level to go, right? And so you have
Absolutely.
you have the different layers available to people where they're at, which is really beautiful. They can make that 1% shift and over time it
Right.
evolves. I love that. Amazing.
Exactly.
So, where do you hang out most on social media? Where is the best place people can find you?
Facebook. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm on Facebook. I'm not much at any other places. Instagram here and there. My Facebook's connected to my Instagram, but that's about it. I don't, Facebook is where I hang out.
amazing. And
Yeah.
so, and it's just your name, correct? The best way to find
Yes.
you.
Well, it's Andrea. Yeah, Andrea Kaye. Yep.
Okay,
You'll find me Andrea Kaye.
Perfect. And so I will also put that in the show notes so people can just click and find you and start following you and kind of tap into your world a little bit more. And that way they can maybe see if they're ready for a shift of their own. So I love this. And hopefully follow you and gain access to your PDFs so that they can start to learn more about you and hopefully grow alongside you. So
Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. That's what we're all here to do. Learn, grow, expand, and evolve. So I always say, make shift happen. Let's grow.
Yes. I love it. I love it so much. So before we wrap up, I like to ask this question to everybody just because I think everybody has their own little spin on it. So if you could leave one little nugget of information, a phrase, a word, one little thing, what would it be for the peeps today?
One phrase, one word. Oh, a phrase. I mean, you're a powerful creator. You get to choose what you create. So dream big, dream big.
I love it. Yeah,
Really.
dream big. You know, it's funny. I have been in so many rooms or just like connections, whether virtual or in person, and I think that is such an important reminder because I had somebody recently tell me some of their dreams and then they kind of evolved into the dream as we were talking, and I was like, holy cow, I would have never thought about that. And what, not that that was my dream, but to hear like this huge audacious dream
Mm,
inspired me, right? And then I'm like, wow, my dreams are big, but I can dream even bigger, right? Like not to fear that. And the bigger your dream, the more you're gonna grow by even attempting to reach that, right? Because the sky isn't even
yeah,
the limit. I mean, it's just amazing. So,
absolutely. Yeah, they
dream,
say if your vision doesn't scare you, it isn't big enough. So
yes,
you're
yes.
on the right track.
Yes, I love this.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing everything today. And again, we'll put all the links in the show notes so people can start to tap into your world and get to know you a little bit. Thank you for this. It's been beautiful. And as always, guys, let's go light it up. Have the most amazing week.
thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Alchemy Experience. If this episode lit something up inside you, go ahead and share it with someone who's ready to rise too. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with me online on all social media at the Alchemy Experience. Because transformation loves company, and together we all rise. And hey, don't just survive this week, thrive like you frickin' mean it. Let's go let it up. Talk soon.